Okay, I think I'm good now. Spent a little bit longer doing some fixing I had to, but I believe we are good. Okay. How is everyone doing today? It has been a little while. I am doing well myself. Had a very fun 4-day vacation and all that stuff. But happy to be back here and moving forward, back on working with the backlog of just models I need to do. Just work on all that stuff. And just go from there. So I will switch over to this screen. Looks a little awkward, but I will run with it, see how it goes. I've given chat their own little box now. So, today I'm hopefully going to finish up these Hellblasters and move on to some other units and keep working and making this pile of gray just larger and larger. That is all it's going to boil down to today. But I hope everyone that is here, or that will be here, has had a good weekend so far and has enjoyed themselves. Let's see, where am I? I think I took off all the guns last time that I want to use. Just going to do some other ones. Okay. What's up, Neo? I hope you're doing well. Oh, wait a minute. That'd be important to have pop up. That's on me. I am doing well. Glad to be here. Glad to be back. Hoping to make some more progress and all that. So, Nice. Nice. Remind me, what models are you working on for orcs? What's up, Hal? Let's see, Neil. You said it's a big mech. Yeah, if you want to post it, go for it. Okay. Is there any seam lines I gotta work on? A little bit. That's good to hear, Hal. I got a little bit concerned when you were just like, oh, I'm going to work on a whole new project. I don't always recommend switching from project to project all the time. I do it, and then you get a big pile of like things that you start, but then you feel unaccomplished because you get nothing done. But that is just me personally when it comes to that. I'll check it on just a second. Do, 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 do. I might not be the most high energy this stream. I am so exhausted. For those that don't know, I just came back from a wedding this weekend. And I got back yesterday. And today I just woke up feeling low energy. And I just got back to the point of like, oh, I'm actually out doing stuff. So I know by tomorrow I'll be fine, but God, it's fun. When you get to be like in your mid to like late 20s and you get friends getting married, that's like some of the most fun you'll have. It's even more fun if you get to be a part of like the groom's party and stuff, just because there's a lot of like work and stuff to it as well. But it's also a big celebration of like two people that you know love each other just coming together. Okay, what do we got? Seam line there. I'd say also kind of like not as exciting, but it's been nice for me. I started playing Monster Hunter Worlds again and booting up my old save file and just seeing all my stuff. I got very nostalgic. I put a lot of hours into that game when I finally could get it to run on my PC, and me and my buddy Afro just spent hours playing that. He carried me through most of the game, I will fully admit. I think he still does carry me in that one. I think in Wilds, if we ever get to play together, I will be able to hold my own. But it was nice. We went last night. We actually beat the final boss of Iceborne. I know there's still some more, but like there is... It was a fun fight. It was stressful. It took us 3 times to finally get it. I almost gave up on the second try because I'm like, I'm tired, I want to go through, but he's like, come on, just one more. And that was the one that got us there. And now I got all the high rank stuff that I gotta do, so at some point I'm tempted to stream that game as well, and I'd be open for chat to play with me and all that stuff. The problem is that I need to find a cord to work for my controller, and still have my microphone at the same time, because I steal the cord from this mic to play on a controller here. So I know I have a spare one, I just don't know where it is. I have been seeing that you're posting like your alphabet, I guess you created for it, and like a message and all that. How that's really cool. I do like when people do that stuff for their games, or at least for like projects in general, to give something for their community to like dive into and all that stuff. I really noticed it the most in like some analog horror stuff and all that, where they like hide the messages and all that in the video. So I think that's really cool. Maybe I'll try to decipher what you posted later at some point. Okay, I don't want my fingers to get stuck. And yeah. I do need to reply to someone real quick. Okay, hold on. You look at the orc real quick. Whoa! I thought this would be like a big like mech guy, not an orc with a bunch of bits and stuff like coming out of him. That's really cool. I'm interested to see what you work on next, if you keep making stuff like that. Is it like a full base model, or did you have to like kit bash some stuff onto it? Should probably tweak the servo skull so it fits a bit better, huh? Oh, that's cool. Dude, orc models are like fun to see sometimes. They are very... Sorry, I'm just messing with this to make it, to me, look a little bit better. At some point, I actually need to make a proper scroll and all that stuff. do... Let's see, what am I at? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I got 5 bodies. So I need to do 1 more for that gun. I will admit, for me, why I like painting Tyranids and I think I would enjoy painting orcs is because of their skin. They have all these like creases and crevices that could take contrast paint really well. Because I like using contrast paint when it comes to skin, and I've seen some really like nice looking skins done with just like a contrast paint and then like a little bit of touch up, and it adds to the it just adds to it. There's definition with them and all that. I think I like Tyranids a little bit more because you can just mess with the colors and all that. I am definitely going to be tweaking some of the colors on my Tyranids whenever I get around to them. Might have to like go back to some of my favorite games and look through their color schemes and probably pull some inspiration from, at least from them. Ooh, maybe I'll make Tuesday I'll make Tuesday, I think, be a community stream day. Whether I stream Space Marine 2 and just do some grinding with that, or looking to do something else. Now I'm like trying to actually plan out my week and stuff because I definitely have a stable schedule again for a while. Honestly, I'm on that Monster Hunter kick. I think I'll make Tuesday be a Monster Hunter stream, so I'll get my cord situation sorted out. Oh, that'll be so much fun. I would do Wilds, but I got connection problems when it comes to that game. I can play it fine, like, offline solo, but I can't play, like, with people. I don't know if it's a setting I gotta change, or if it's just my connection. I think it's my connection, which then gets to be a whole other problem. Okay. There we go. No, like connection. Like it's a connection situation, not a court. Like a Wi-Fi connection. Okay. You're gonna be a fun one to paint. I'm not meaning that really. This is gonna be fun. No. No, God, I hope I never get on jury duty. I never want to be on jury duty. But I say that, and then, oh, that's how you end up on jury duty. Okay, I know this is the... Oh. That's a problem. Actually, is it? Is there another one where it's the other side that... Okay, these are all set for different hands. What about the little pistols? Damn, these are all set to different side hands. I really want to give, like... I have a bunch of these, Votan, like, revolver pistol and revolver shotguns. And I really want to throw it on one of these models, just as, like, the sidearm for the sergeant. But I think... kind of tough. Because the pistol hand... This one's, like, meant to be held in the right hand, and this is left hand. So I'm going to have to mess with that. Which I could do now. Why not? Why not mess with it now? Try to get it to work. I think first, let's cut off the big chunky part of the hands. Oh, have people so I know Titus like got released recently, or I think he was getting released. I guess that's my question. Has the new Titus model came out, and how are people liking him so far? I know his rules and stuff kind of came out. Also, I heard that the US is getting a Warhammer world. I've not kept up with any of the new 40k stuff, so I am going to have to do some looking and get excited about that stuff. I think having a Warhammer world here in the US is an amazing thing. I want to go to the UK to see the original one, but if there's one that comes up in the US, then I know I don't have to, like, go to it then. Like, I don't have to fly to the UK and go and check out that place. I'm hoping, I think like I said in the Discord, if it's 65 to, like, 85% similar... No, actually, I'm going to up that. If it's 75 to 85% similar to the one in the UK, then I think it's going to be awesome. If it's just a giant Warhammer store, I think I'll be very disappointed. I'm not against there being more Warhammer stores. What I want is to go and be like, oh, there's a giant, like, museum and displays of showing off all the models and stuff. Like how you see in the actual, like, Warhammer world. Like, make it an attraction. Don't make it like a Disney World for 40k. Like, don't make it like... We don't need the equivalent of Disney adults, but for 40k. Even though I'm sure those do exist. Just a cool place for people to go and check out. I think Aatrox said it's going to be based in DC from something that he saw posted. That is someone in the Discord community. Other than that, that's all the knowledge I have. I have high hopes but low expectations, is how I look at it. Like, I know it's going to be more set as a big store to make money. That was bad. I almost cut myself there pretty bad. Okay. You talking about this model here, Cactus? This is... I don't remember its actual name. It's the main base, but the main base of it is a like a new Black Templar chaplain that came out a while ago that you can build it with a pistol or full melee. I just took the Dark Angel upgrade sprues, like hooded head, threw that on, and took the Space Wolf axe from their upgrade kit and threw that on his hand. And that's what I'm running. And I took off the Black Templar stuff because I'm going to be using it for my own personal army. So he sits right up there. Captain Titus costs us 90 points. That's really cheap. That feels really cheap. I heard that Titus is more meant to be like a melee guy from what I heard in a video about him. Like, if he dies in a melee fight, you roll a d6, and on a 2+, he comes back, or he can fight back, something like that. He can fight back. And if, like, models die after he fights back, he comes back with that many wounds. Which is awesome for, like, you know, melee armies or characters zombie melees. But it doesn't work in just shooting phase. And against monster and vehicles, it's not really good. He's better as a infantry killer. So it sounds like you just pair him up with, like, Blade Guard, and that could be really cool. Not really sure how that will pan out. And thank you, Cactus. I'm very proud of it. I like making unique characters when I can. It's not the most unique character I've done, but I definitely got a few more that I want to make. And just like currently, I'm taking this Votan shotgun from their like explorers that they have, like this revolver shotgun, and I'm gonna make the sergeant for the other half of these guys run like this as his plasma pistol or whatever. I'm working on some Hellblasters. Their van. That is currently my plan. I'm trying to work on my backlog. I have quite a few points set up, and before I decide to start a new army, I figured I should try and like build and paint everything I have. So I'm giving myself this hard deadline now. And as I was just saying, I am working on the sergeant for the Hellblasters, trying to give him a more unique pistol. So I'm just trying to do a little bit of detail stuff. Let's see. just real quick. You know, I'm skid right now. I just got my first Rogue Trader miniature. Ooh, nice. I haven't looked at the Rogue Trader stuff yet. Wait, no. Yeah, Rogue Trader. I did read that right. I don't know why I thought it said Rough Rider all of a sudden. I know they have a kill team, like, and all that made. That might be a fun one to, like, snag one of these days. But how's it going, like, long? Is it a fun kit to build, or are you just, like, painting it up now and all that? I think I'm going to call that grip good. Nobody's buzzing me. No one is. I think I gotta cut it like there. Is it really small and finicky? I assume it's like a lot of guard models. It's got a lot of little parts that can be hard to put together and stuff. We'll just scrape that a little bit. Now, I got this big old pistol that I'm going to try and throw on to this guy. And we are going to just go down, cut. Cool. I still got the pistol I can use for later stuff. Do, 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 do. Okay. Let's see. That's upside down. It's gonna select that, huh? It's gonna be annoying. It's meant to sit flat, but I think I can cut a little bit into the back. Give myself some sort of shelf. There's not a lot of room on the back of this revolver piece. Could steal some stuff from the bolt pistol to give myself some extra material, just in looks. I'm not really sure how it'll work out too well. Now how does that sit any better? It does sit a bit better. I could make a little bit of green stuff and throw it together. So just to show you guys, there's not enough material on the back to begin with, so what I should have done instead of cutting at the angle I did is I should have cut it just straight up on this bolt pistol and then taken off the back revolver section and had just this flat spot. So then it would have looked like the barrel covered it on the back instead, and it's just a longer gun. So that's a little mistake that I will learn for the future. with these because I have plenty more. Or could I get away with re-putting it back on and then trying to glue it? It's a lot of faith in just some glue. Screw it, we'll do it that way. That's on me. So I'm just going to end up re-gluing this back together and then cutting it the way I should have before. That's why it is important. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn and you can improve upon them later. Damn you. Off. We'll just lay that down and I will ignore that for a moment while that sets. So now I need to find the right backpack pieces for everything that I want to do. I need 5 in total. Let me just... I am a custom chapter, I'm trying to figure out... I'm just going to call you 1. I do a custom Space Marine chapter that I have made myself. What? My dog decided to bust it in. What are you doing in here, Rory? Why must you be in here? Because you want to be? Okay, that's fine. You know, I do a custom chapter. What's up, Dad? It is good to see you. I hope you're doing well this evening. I'm like a little bit scatterbrained, having to try to get back into this stuff. My custom chapter, to quickly just kind of summarize like where they're from, all that stuff. Just take Jurassic Park, like the first movie and Lost World, and turn it into a planet sprinkled in with Monster Hunter. And that's the home planet of my Space Marine chapter. The colors, main body is blue, bits of orange, and cobalt metal as the metallic stuff. And then I have like green eye lenses. And first chapter is black armor with blue accents. And the cobalt again for the metallics. Let's see, that was 35. That was 55. Okay. Not 55, 53. 53 and 52 go together. I don't have to play a game of Guess Who, trying to figure out what bits match up together and all that stuff. I'd rather make it work the first time. And supposedly it wants like 50 when you do that. I don't know which one's 50. So we're going to find 51 for the arm. And put that on as well. There it is. Actually, I should probably pull up the visual aid for the chapter, if one's still here. Okay. No, let me actually just put this together and go through for that. And this is the part that's really tedious when it comes to putting them together. All these, like, I don't know, do it come little bits, extra bits? I understand why people don't do the backpack on the Hellblasters, but it looks so cool in my opinion. Just this extra bit on the back of them. It just sells that it takes a little bit of extra, like, energy to really get the plasma to work. I do have ones that don't have the back part on it, and they're cool. They're still very cool. It's just personal preference. Oh, I will talk more about the wedding that I went to this weekend in just a sec. So for those that kind of don't know, and for those that maybe do, but I'm just going to give some context. I went to one of my really good friends got married this weekend to a girl that he, to be honest, is infatuated with. He, like, loves her to death, and you can clearly see that. And it was an amazing wedding. It was beautiful. I showed up and I was the problem. I was 100% the problem. I rented a suit. It came literally like a week or two before the wedding. So I could not try it on, send it back. So I said, screw it. I will try it on at the wedding. I don't own any dress shoes. Now I do, but I did not at the time. So I would bring a pair of boots that I've worn before to weddings that have passed. And I forgot to order the tie for the wedding as well. So I was going in blind and be like, you know what? We'll make it work. Everything will work out. And you know what? Everything did work out. Someone had a secondary tie. And I went and got myself some shoes. And I ordered my suit a size larger than myself. Knowing that, hey, I'd rather be larger. And I don't have to make any alterations than it being my size and not fitting correctly. So I said screw it that way. The groom was definitely nervous. Did I help with that? Probably not. But having to do these side quests, he drove around with us and it got his mind off the whole getting ready for the wedding and all that. So positive there for that. I'm glad that worked out that way. But if you're a part of a wedding, don't do what I did. Don't be the problem. Just don't. Actually, be prepared and planned. And always, when you know about something, it's usually best to do it as soon as possible when it comes to this stuff. And if you start to stress about money, just know it'll work itself out in the end. Or be like, hey, I need a reminder. Or just, communicate with them as well about, hey, I'm having these issues, and this is, what's going on. So, that's my little experience I'm going to share with you fine folks. But once the ceremony was over, it was a fun time all around. I decided I was not going to be sticking to mud. So what I mean by that is I normally do not party or socialize. I am the guy that will sit at the table, by himself, on the phone, all that stuff, just disassociating, all that stuff. I said that, you know what, we're not doing that. We are going to go. We are going to have fun. And just have a blast. And I did. I did. And I'm glad I decided not to just sit around. I think a lot of times, at least for me, I've jumped on a lot of opportunities recently as I've gotten older. But when I was in high school and still like early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I didn't do a lot of things because I didn't feel comfortable with it. And if you live that way your entire life, you're going to have no experiences when you get to be like 80 or something. There's going to be like no stories you tell your grandkids, no sort of anything. So I decided, I'm still relatively young. I'll be 28 this year, but I'm currently 27. And I want this to be a year of fun and just doing things different. It's not my New Year's resolution. It's just a general like thing that I've just been. I've known the need to happen, but I've also just been getting a lot of that stuff in my feed too. Okay, definitely not the right body for this. Ooh. I'm probably going to end up gluing my finger to this. Okay. I don't know. What about y'all? There any sort of like big goals or life plans that you guys want to get done? Any things that you are looking forward to doing or have done that you also want to share? I'm always down to hear like what people have for experiences and just fun stuff in general. Let's see. Now we need 49 for the other side. Probably be a little bit too short. Okay, there's no arms on that one. No arms on this side, so they're all in front of me on this sprue. Fun. Oh, you know what I could have done? Oh, I wanted to use this pistol hand, but I didn't want to have him with a robotic arm. Okay. Oh, 49. There it is. But I am glad to be back home currently. I need to start busting my ass right now for my next big trip, I think in April. April's my next big thing. But I'm also coming back here with new ideas for this channel and things that I want to get done. This is the year of doing. Okay. My fingers are a little too large. Oh, no. Oh, the pistol or the gun's too far away. The hand's there, and it wants to be, like, right there. Okay, we're going to have to pop all this stuff off. Come on. Oh, no. Okay, first, I'm going to let the dog out. Are you asking for my next one in April? Oh, God. I was told, but I don't remember. I don't remember when I'm leaving for that. And I think I screwed up here. Screw it. Doing it different. As much as I like the wires and stuff coming off them, we're not going to do that. I think it's first or second week of April. I leave for another wedding, but I've already been back from one trip. So, glad to be back. Oh, one cool thing that I on top of the trip is the day we were leaving, the hotel we were staying at had a like card collection event going on in one of their rooms. So I walked around and checked that out for a little bit. Spent more than I probably should have there. But I've been seeing like people doing the card open packs, like, because I still follow Pokemon and all that stuff. And it is crazy on how much people spend on like Pokemon cards and cards in general. I definitely, it wraps my head, like, it is cardboard, like, why is it charged so much? But they're little pieces of art at the same time too. Okay. Can I make... If this goes here, will the arm sit better, or do I just have to do a different... Okay, we gotta do a different arm for this body. But I'm gonna glue these two together, even though that's not really how it's supposed to be. Okay. That's way too far apart. What body is this really supposed to be 49? Also, one that's turned? This guy? Sorry, this just like astonishes me. It's supposed to sit like some crazy amount. That is not the right parts at all. You know what? Screw it. We're going to cut that hand off and do a different one. Now I have another hand that I can just use a different gun on. I'm really trying not to use the book when it comes to a lot of these because it feels like it takes way more time. But then again, the situations like this that just eat up more of my time. Okay. Should find a file and use that to kind of clean this up as well. But oh, I don't know where they currently are. They are somewhere in one of the storage bins. That's the part people will see, so we'll just do a little bit of cut work. Kind of. I don't know when was the last time you popped in, Hannibal. But this is where I'm currently at with it. I need to buy some foam. I could probably just run it as it is. I want to drill probably a hole here or a hole here. Make this bigger. Or I can just stick a magnet either side and kind of paint it up. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. This was a Nerf gun, just for people that were interested. There's no trigger guard, or there's no trigger or anything like that. And for those that are curious, I'm working on an Inquisitor cosplay. When I get the materials and when I have time, I was thinking about it like this past weekend. I'm like, should I just put on all the clothes and see how well I look already? And then go from there? And the answer to that is yes, I am going to do that. Okay. Let's glue that on. And then we're going to try lowering that as much as possible so people don't see the big mistake that I made with this. The hand. Oh, the hand's out of position too, it looks like. Or is it? No, it's not. Maybe? I think so. Oh yeah, no wonder why it's off. It's not even on properly. No, it is. Oh, that's weird. I'm being weird about it. I also found out the next cosplay I want to do after the Inquisitor. It's a lot more entailing than the Inquisitor one. So maybe it should be another long-term one. As I was saying earlier, I've been playing Monster Hunter Worlds again recently, and my favorite monster from like the Iceborne expansion that came out with it is Acidic Glavenus or Glavenos. Glavenus in general I love. Acidic I love more just because it's like my colors are kind of on that. At least on that guy. Okay, now I need to do a different arm. I want to try Dark Tide. I need to see if I like am able to play it now, because I like updated my graphics card, and if it will allow me to play Dark Tide. But I gotta mess with it and see if I can. Okay, we will cut that. And we're gonna give that a clean. And then I need to cut this back part here. I've tried playing it on this PC, and every time I boot it up, it does not even take me to the loading screen. It like crashes. It's a known thing with it, and it's some sort of like setting like glitch thing. There are many ways of getting it fixed and sorted out. I just haven't really taken the time to do it and fix it. If I want to play, I'll play like Space Marine 2 for 40k. Or if I want to play a game like Dark Tide, I play Skaven Tide, which is really fun. That's weird to me. Like, why does Skaven Tide work but Dark Tide not work for me? It just seemed odd. Okay, and then I will add another layer of glue. God, this looks odd, but I like it. This is the Space Marine with the big iron. Don't mess with the Space Marines that have the big iron. Is it crooked? No. I might try to make a few of these. Oh, should I give it to this guy? I could. I wanted to give this to the sergeant instead, but I could give it to this guy. No, I saw the art how. I did see it. I'm not gonna take time away from the stream though to try and decipher it and like show it off currently. Like, that's not what I'm trying to plan tonight. I'm glad you're excited about it, and I'm glad you want to show it off. Like, keep that excitement. But I don't want to change my plan. Okay, we're going to do the pointer. Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay, we'll do this one. There. Got that on there. Bit of a little action pose and stuff like that. Let that sit. And this is the guy I wanted to be the sergeant, with his gun actually to the side. do this one. Come on. There. It's funky, but I'm sure when it will... If you're talking to Hal Hannibal, he sent it to me directly. Personally, I think it'd be kind of cooler to send it all to the Discord and stuff, but yeah. Oh, no, he did. He did send it to Discord. Oh, there. And now I need... I guess it doesn't matter which one I take, because I'm just going to cut off the cables and stuff. Even though I do like the cabled look. Yeah, we'll cut it off. I'll use them for something else. It'll be like some other weird 40k or kid bashing project I can use them for. Do that one. And then I just need... Honestly, I don't need to take off those cables. I can do... where are they? I thought there was like another... And yes, cool. And then we'll cut off this piece here. And where are you? There you are. There. Good, number 2 done. Definitely got the heads and stuff to do, but... Oh, yeah, I gotta find the bases for these guys, too. Okay. There's the arms that I will need. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that one's weird if it's inside. Okay, yeah. See if I can get to... There we go. And how does that... Yeah, that won't work. There we go. Yeah, now I see why people don't do the cables and stuff. And the whole backpack. Trying to get that lined up. If you're following the books, it's fine. It's when you are freeballing it. That's my problem. I've already said this once before, and I'm going to repeat myself multiple times through these. That's just what I end up doing. There's a broken record half the time, but that's okay. Do, do. Sweet. Sweet like honey. I have been seeing a little bit more of like Trench Crusade and all that stuff recently, and it's inspiring me to like, one, I want to try different model kits. I know we've had someone here complain about the like Trench Crusade models and all that stuff, which I'm keeping that in mind, but there's a lot of really cool like other 3D printed models on Etsy, and I want to grab those. I also want to get a bunch of bits and just kind of like make my own little army for that, if that makes sense. Like in Trench Crusade, I'm a big fan of the mechanized looking models. And I think it would be the perfect opportunity to like test and put together some different stuff. I love Space Marines, but for me, it's a little bit limiting now that I've like been in it. On everything's kind of generic, and it's why I've like bought so many other models that look cool or different to me. Yes, in the one I'm thinking of, they're still big, bulky guys, but it's more realistic to me. Like, I used to play Fallout quite a bit, and I liked the power armor in Fallout 4 because it felt realistic to me, and I'll be honest, I want to use the power armor in a Fallout game, but it's not normally how I end up playing in a Fallout game. It just doesn't align that way. I have to like heavily focus into doing it. An early game, it's such a resource intense thing of like, oh, it's not worth dipping points into it. But I want to make some stuff like this. So like Mechanicus, I think would scratch that itch. I'm not buying Mechanicus models or doing that stuff. I'm just explaining like what I want to do as a combination of things. Like, I want this realistic, big, bulky set of armor that regular people use, and they use them just like how tanks were used in World War I when they first got invented. And that was like a moving fortress, a shock. It was meant to be fast and like shock people. Back then, tanks were lighter, yes, all that stuff. And these models are not as light. They're meant to be the little mobile tanks. And I like the idea of a single man as a walking mobile fortress. That sometimes that is supported by other little models. That's what I'm getting at. Like, you got the regular infantry, and then you got the big tanky guys. So that's what intrigues me the most with that universe. And I want to add, like, just wires and cables, and like if I can do a awesome vehicle as well to go with them, I think it'd be fun. Let's see if this one will work. If it will look kind of realistic or if I'll have to do something different. It's hard to... My fingers are so large compared to these little bits. I think I'll be able to get away with this one. Because I was scrolling through YouTube today. I think it was like before stream, and I saw a video of like, for those that know Trench Crusader, like the new Archon, you got the regular infantry, and then you got the guy with the, like, the big suit in the back. Someone made a design of an even larger suit, like an actual walking fortress, and all that. I kind of want to see the map for Trench Crusade, because I'm curious, like, what did they discover, like, the United States in that universe? Or I guess North America, not United States, but like, is North America and South America discovered, or is it still undiscovered? Because that kind of piques my interest on like what's going on over there. I mean, I can't help but like fly the flag of where I'm from. I want to know in other universes, like, oh, what happened to the U.S.? Did we get taken out quickly, or were we like, are we still around? What happened? I do like focusing on other sections. It makes sense. Especially for some settings, it might make sense, but... Did the demons of hell take it over? I don't know. I think eventually I'm just going to have to start buying bits and stuff and just start building stuff. And designing my own things. Do 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 do. Okay, it's a little bit off like I knew it would be, but I think we can live with it. Okay, so it's only Europe, which makes sense. I mean, I think the time period is they just got... No. They got a space program and stuff, I think, in Trench Crusade from what I heard. And, like, a bunch of other tech stuff like cloning and all that. It's weird, like, bits of history that are actually... Or, like, bits of technology that are actually, like, functional and stuff. Again, makes sense that it's just Europe. But I'm also like... There's half the continent you're kind of missing. What's the lore with that? Like, are the Native Americans... Probably... After looking at some of the lore, North America is a part of the, like, demonic faction in Trench Crusade, because everyone that's not in, like, the big holy cities in that universe are, like, worshipping the demons and stuff like that, and are not up to good. Not up to good stuff. I'll just pop over and see what some people are messaging me about. I gotta stay focused. I've heard of it. I've heard of a Hammer and Bolter. Isn't it like a 40k thing? Hold on. I'm going to just Google it real quick, Hannibal, so that I know for a fact. Oh, Hammer and Bolter. Ah, it's 40k's like... Or it's Warhammer's 40k's animated series on a bunch of different things. Like, I'm looking through it, and I've seen clips of these. Like, I've seen clips of the Tyranid one. I've seen Trazen, which I didn't realize I was Trazen until later. I've seen the Mechanicus one there. I think I've seen the Plague Song. And I've seen clips of Yorick and the Orcs and all that. Good stuff. Oh yeah, Warhammer Plus is Warhammer's like extra community thing. Yeah, I've heard just people complain about them updating and all that stuff. The fantasy stuff I've heard is better looking than what comes out for like Hammer and Bolter. No, I don't think it's canceled. I just think they make it whenever they like want to sell something and all that. It's tough. I don't know much about it than that. I haven't been a part of it. Like I don't subscribe to it to like watch it. If it's a part of Warhammer Plus, I wonder if you'll be getting sent models and stuff. Because like once you like subscribe to their thing, again, I don't know which part, but you'll get like the option to buy or get sent like special community day models. Like I've said before, this one's an example of it being like the commemorative series stuff. I think Warhammer's just like weird with what they control their own media, and they might be at the point where they don't really feel the need to make a bunch of advertising for it. Not that they don't. Not that they don't advertise and stuff like that. But they don't feel they need to get into the entertainment industry as much. That's just an assumption. I don't know. I'm guesstimating. I'm just a weird dude on the internet that likes to share his opinion. I will probably tell you, Hannibal, if you enjoy Hammer and Bolter, you should go to YouTube and you should look up people's fan-made projects for Warhammer. Ooh, I will recommend one person. Warhammer hired this person to do their projects. They haven't done too much. I think they made like one project for Warhammer, to my knowledge. But let me look up the video just so I can give you the proper name. For those that know, they might know who I'm referencing, but okay. Hannibal, look up Astartes, and I will post it in Discord for you to get the spelling correct. That was, or is, one of the best fan-made 40K materials out there. For those that know 40K and watch it, there's a lot of good references. If you don't know 40K that well, I think it's good to just kind of show some of the terrifying things about 40K in general. But again, that's my opinion. And I don't mind being proven wrong if my opinion's wrong, but I don't feel like I'm wrong with that. Hell, I'm okay with playing it here on stream for a second, because I know it's not good. No, I should really focus on what I'm doing. I think it's 12 minutes long? What am I seeing? Yeah, 12 minutes long. There's a lot of different ones. I don't even know who the official creator is. I guess there's a teaser trailer produced by Warhammer from Astartes that they have the guy making. That's awesome. I like to see that. I think he made all that stuff in Blender, if I'm correct. Which, that must have taken, like, years of that guy's life just to make that one video. Because animating in general, and then doing the coloring, and the lighting, and the shading. I don't animate, but I respect animators because it is a long and slow process. And sometimes just very little reward. Okay, I might have to step away for a second. That sits there, and now I need one more backpack piece. Let's do this one. What's up, Jake? Hope you're doing well this evening. I'm sure you're here to spread your mischief or say something that you probably shouldn't. Honestly, I feel like whenever Jake gets here, I should just grab a spray bottle and just have it in case. Although you've been doing good. You've been doing good. I will say that. And I know it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Did the mosquito win? Also, I feel slightly bad for you having to deal with Satan's pets. Oh, I have? Well, you know what? I'm glad I recommended it again. It is a good video. In my opinion, it's a good one. Okay. I'm going to step away because I got to use the bathroom. You guys behave. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys have been good. I'm going to double check. Wait, what are you trying to make the cell? I'm gonna look that up. Well, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. I'm not reading chat, just what I saw for random images. How's it going, FG? I hope you're doing well. Oh. Well, I'm glad that... Yeah, I've seen those before, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. If I ever had, like, a sound room, I know foam is better. I think I'd rather do wood for the aesthetic. I know it's expensive and all that stuff, but... You know, F1. F1's better name instead of FG. Possibly. I don't know. People can tell me what they'd rather be called. Where is this guy? Is getting the special stuff. For the new workshop, I'm thinking about building a wooden shelf. We have a bunch of scrap, like, hardwood and stuff. And I have a metal shelf. It's nice. It's just got open stuff. I want to use it for tools. On this wooden shelf, I want to use it more for, like, display. Like, when we finish a project. Call him Locke. I believe it's a mix. Let's see. It's red oak, a little bit of white oak. There's some birch and maple mixed in as well. If I do it, I'm going to try and keep it one type of wood fully. And it'll be mostly for myself just to, like, display finished projects. The F-104 name. I figured it was the name of a fighter. I can't really see your image that well. I assumed it was a fighter jet. And I still think it is. So, I also... I don't know. I assume, but assuming does make an ass out of you and me, but mostly just me because I'm the one assuming. But, yeah. I want just like a really nice shelf to like display my finished projects on. I also want one to like display my finished armies on. I like my shelf I currently have. It's like fake wood with like a wood veneer on the front of it. Works good for this office, but like I want to show off my stuff. I've done it in other videos. I want to have stuff in the background of my videos that just kind of like give a snapshot of my personality, I'd say to people. Like, oh, what's in the background? Okay, so we see like X, Y, Z. It's like, okay, so this is like a... You can just tell off of the bat. It's like, oh, this is like a nerd. Or this is like some other cool thing that you can see. I like setups like that when it comes to, like with people and everything. Because it just feels more lively when you got stuff like that. Okay, we'll do this side as the skull. I'll admit the hard part when it comes to doing like the wood for that, I have to ask because it's not wood that I particularly own, and it could be used in rebuilding our store. But at the same time, like, it's been sitting there for 2 years, maybe 3 now, and we haven't used it for anything. So I feel like it's fair game at that point, but it's still better to ask permission. Okay, we got that guy done. At least for now. And number 2. Bam, bam, bam. I need to do 1 more. Oh, for those that are the like tabletop players for Warhammer and stuff, I've been getting this stuff, and I'm gonna share with you. Like, I know with our games, we like having really cool terrain and all that stuff. I've seen a couple times people refer to going to like PetSmart or like a pet store and getting 1, material for making like terrain on your bases and stuff, and 2, getting terrain for your games. And I just had me doing some running around today, and I went to a pet store. I didn't buy anything, but I was like, you know, how true is this really? Like, how accurate is this? And I'm like, I went in and I was surprised. I'm like, I already see like 5 things that I want to buy that would just work awesome for a game. a lot of it's like cool decorative rocks that you could see on some alien planet or even on our planet. Our planet's got some like really interesting like geography and aesthetics on it. Anyway, that's a little bit of a side tangent, but to stay focused, I was like, and it's reasonably priced too compared to like what you could buy from GW or Warhammer for terrain. I think to buy some of their terrain boxes, it's what, like $60 to $100. Go to PetSmart, and you can walk out with 2 pieces of fully painted terrain. I'm thinking like this particular rock one, but it's fully painted and ready to be thrown on the table for just over like $40 or close to $40. And you can go in there and then buy other little bits because they range from like $10 to $16 on some of these things to also work for like other random scatter terrain and throw that down. So I'm like, okay, for some of my other games, I might have to do that. I think that'll work out really well. And then I started thinking about, oh, what type of terrain do I actually want to build? Like, or do I want to use when I play? Because I feel like if you have terrain, you want to tell a pretty cool story at your battle. And when I do games, I like to think about that we're on a Space Hulk or on some sort of like spaceship. Just with how my chapter is. And plan out this stuff. I'm mostly thinking of it with a certain friend of mine, but if I was to do my like chapter's homeworld, it would be a really interesting mix of like forested and like buildings taking over or been taken over by overgrowth. I've been just trying to get out and get new ideas and get inspired to do a bunch of stuff. So I have things bouncing around. It's never really coherent when I just start rambling. It's like 5 different subjects I feel like that just start getting spewed. And I'm trying to stay focused for everyone here, but in reality, I'm just it's like trying to catch a rubber bouncy ball and make it just stay in a straight enough line or keep it on target. And for those that have tried to keep a bouncy ball like from not going crazy, it is difficult. It's also sometimes how you get some really cool like ideas or inventions in general too, but yeah. I'm doing a custom Space Marine chapter. I can pull up the art for them in a little bit. Or at least the thing that I have. But to describe their homeworld, it's a mixture of Jurassic Park, the first movie, and then the second movie, sprinkled in with Monster Hunter as well. That is how I would describe it as the homeworld, and then the actual chapter Where is it? Okay. This is what... We're not going to let it be that big. We'll throw it up here. This is what the 2nd to the 10th chapter or company look like. I need a little pointer. I need to make myself that painter pointer so I can show what I'm talking about. But 2nd company to 10th company look like this. And to say which company they're from, they will put orange stripes on their shins there to show that they're from, if they're 2nd company, it's 2 stripes. It doesn't matter where, there's just going to be 2 stripes. And then it'll go all the way to 10th. 1st company does not go with this design. 10th company, I am stealing a design from another homebrew. Let's see if I can find... I have the art. I just want to make sure... I'll do this one. So let me just hide this one real quick. And then I will pop it up. So 1st company looks like this. Minus out the wing symbol on the side and the wings on the helmet. I go with full black armor with blue on the backpack and some trim parts. Still keeping it the shiny metallic for the Aquila symbol. And on the pauldrons, I do the silver as well. Other than that, I stick with this. And for the cloth, I go with blue because it shows it better than just black. So, that is my homebrew chapter. They are called the Executioners of the Abyss. And I've been slowly building lore for them. Their biggest bout of lore came from a recent crusade that I joined recently. Oh, little side tangent. For those I've said before, I'm really into the game Monster Hunter, and I unintentionally made my chapter look like Lagiacrus. The normal part of my chapter looks like the base form, and the 1st company looks like the abyssal form. That's Lagiacrus is my 2nd favorite monster. I've not been able to fight it yet ever, and I want to at some point. Like, I really need to. But that is a hurdle for another day. It just started with finding some fun homebrew chapters, and then it just went into this whole different thing. So yeah, that is my answer to that. And I'm thinking Tuesday, if I can find that chord. I'm going to make Tuesday be a Monster Hunter day because I want to play some World and I want to, like, do something fun with the community. So I'm opening the door to play with my community on Monster Hunter Worlds. I don't know how well the stream will look, but if it's too bad, I'll just switch back to doing this. Okay. Nope. I am going to use a face helmet. I normally don't, and I dislike using face helmets because I don't like painting skin. I like painting armor and just doing other colors than that. But I think for these guys, I gotta do it. We will go with this guy. But another little bit of lore for my Marines that I like is they don't do the helmet, like different color helmets to tell who's a sergeant, lieutenant, or captain. There is different color on the helmet, but it's a scar. In order to get a promotion, they have to have a scar physically on their own head from a enemy that they have defeated. So, if you want to become a sergeant, you have to risk it. You have to show that you are a fierce and ferocious hunter. So like as initiates and all that stuff, I take inspiration from the Space Wolves for them to join and become Space Marines. Yeah, I wanted to combine my 4 favorite original legions into one chapter and make it just something fun. So, yeah. Sergeants are noted by having 1 orange line on their helmets. Lieutenants have a orange and red line. And a captain... Oh, no, not red. It's an orange and black. And captains have 2 black lines on their helmet. I thought about doing 3 just because my favorite Pokemon is Swampert, and I like the fin look, which is where it kind of developed from. I was going to do a 3rd one, but then, you know, it looked kind of weird, to be fully honest. First Company, they don't do the scars on their head because they're all veterans to begin with. They're all veterans. They are, like, the best of the chapter, as veterans should be. So there's no need to prove that, like, you defeated this whole thing. You made it a First Company. You're already the best. If you are a sergeant, you're a sergeant. If you're a lieutenant, you're a lieutenant. And there's really only one captain for First Company, and that's the chapter master. But he's kind of busy doing chapter master stuff, so he's not always seen or kind of shown. And I know a lot of people have already heard me talk about this. Yeah. Good night, Hannibal. I'm glad to have you here while you're here. I wish you luck on your working on that stuff. It is 40K. Welcome to stream, Azrael? I think? Azrael? You can prove me wrong if I mispronounced it. I am trying to work on my backlog of models. I have a lot of 40K models that I need to build. I love the books as well. I'm going to do a little tangent. To list off like each part of the hobby that I enjoy. Painting's number 1. Reading the lore is number 2. And playing the game is number 3. On like my favorite things of 40K. I got into 40K because of lore. I stuck because of the painting. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was just kind of gushing about my custom chapter. That's what all these models are going to be going into. I will have like 3,000 points, I think, to do like in total. And I got into this like over a year ago, and I really need to finish my backlog. I want to finish this army before I start another one. Oh, lucky. I need to get myself an actual Judiciar. I want to get one so bad. But I don't want to, like, spend the money right now either for it. If it's in person, I will buy it. If I'm buying it online, I'm so, like, I don't need it. I can wait. In person, it's different. In person, it's like, I'm here. I don't know if I'll ever see this again. Let's scoop it up. Online? I'll see other ones online. It'll be there. Oh, no. You can't do that, Neo. Well, no, yes, do it, but I'm saying it because I'm just now going to go check it out and distract myself from stream. Hey, black is still an amazing color to paint. I thought I wanted to do, like, the first company as my whole chapter. And I had to learn how to paint, like, black to look okay. It can be a difficult color. But you know what? Because you have black, it just makes that little bit of color you do add pop so much more. It gives you a canvas to be able to show off your skills. And, like I said, when you add color, it really does matter. Like, it will add to it. Hopefully it adds to it. It's the main thing. The big keyword is hopefully. Oh, I was saying earlier, some of the lore that I got made is my local game store a few months ago did a custom crusade and all that. So I instantly made a 2,000 point list and joined it, and I should have waited. So some context for the crusade. Normally with a crusade you start with 5 requisition points. The game master allowed us to start with 10, and all EXP was doubled. All experience was doubled. Everything got doubled. So if you like complete a game and you would score 1 like requisition point, you scored 2. If you would get 3 experience points from like a enhancement or upgrade thing, you got 6. So it allowed people to level up models really fast and really quick. I'm going to look at Discord and then I will show my warlord I used for that entire game. Let me go to this. Oh, I love that black primer on him. He looks so cool, Neo. You should be proud. Be very proud that you have that model. It is on my bucket list. I know I made a video about this, but I kind of made one. And you can make your own Judicial Art using a chaplain and a upgrade sprue from the Black Templars. They got a really nice looking Executioner sword in that. It's a good upgrade sprue to begin with, but I bought it for that. Or if you're okay with throwing in some Dark Angel models into your army, Inner Circle Companions have some spare great swords. You can throw those in as well and make a Judicial Art using that. Just some little hints. But let me just kind of grab the models I want to show off real quick. So, when I started the crusade, my warlord was a captain with relic shield. It was this model in specific. I painted this whole thing for a art competition like quite a few months ago, and I wanted to use them and just show them off. So I'll bring it up a little bit more. I used this guy. He has an actual like base that he can sit on through about 3/4 of the game. He eventually got an upgrade that I wanted for a bit. from the Dark Angels book that it's like their Monster Slayer weapon in the book. And I was like, okay, I've upgraded this guy so much, he needs his own cool, unique model. And I gotta get together and do the video for this. So I took and I decided I was going to do some actual kit bashing. And I made this guy. This guy, I think, looks way better than the other model. But this is my new Captain with Relic Shield that I use to finish out my games. And this is magnetized so I can take it on and off. But I used the Black Templar Emperor's Champion for some of the bits. And like the lower bit and the arms and the backpack are from the Emperor's Champion. And the upper torso and the shoulder pads are from Master Lazarus, which is a Dark Angels model. And then I also used the Dark Angels upgrade sprue for the helmet, because they have a hooded helmet. And I did a bunch of green stuff too for his legs and all that. But what was my initial point? Oh, just talking about crazy lore. Crazy lore for characters and stuff. That built a lot of it for my chapter. What is... My backpack is gone in my chair. Okay. We're better now. Oh, sweet. I actually got these Hell Blasters done. It took about, oh, what, 6 hours? But we got these guys good. All good. I kind of threw in a little thing for me. So like I was saying with the Crusade, I fought some League of Votann, or I fought a League of Votann player. I lost that game, but I did kill his warlord. So what I'm doing for myself is one of my models is secretly equipped with a Votann weapon, which is this shotgun that I've turned into a pistol. And that is going to be on this sergeant here. So he was able to sneak away with something he might not, isn't probably supposed to have. But he will sit to the side, because now I need to decide what else am I going to build? Because now I need to pick another one. Why am I getting corrupted? Oh, you know what? I was going to work on it while I was gone, but oh, there is a little bit more I can add to them, but I'll do it off stream. It's just extra detail stuff. I've had this box for a while. I have the old Space Wolf Combat Patrol. Like they don't make this one anymore. I mean this one. I think I built 5 of these intercessors. Maybe I built all 10. But I still have the Tactical Walker and the Reavers to build. I built the character already, and I gotta put him on a base and all that stuff. But I think we'll work on that next. Definitely use this for that, because I don't know what the Reavers look like, and the Tactical Warsuit is a lot. I started putting together a long time ago, and I think I only got about that far. Nope. I got a leg. I think it's a leg. Oh, I still got like 5 intercessors to build too. You know, I think we will do the Warsuit though. The Walker's really cool. I know now it's in the Black Raven Combat Patrol. I think it's suited for that Combat Patrol because that's meant to be the stealth unit, and it is the stealthiest, like, Dreadnought model there. I will definitely try to make the arms... I want to make it so I can switch to, like, all the options on the walker if possible. So that means, like, the flamer, the bolter, all that stuff. But we will try and get to that point. Where was I at with it? Let's see. Oh yeah, I took that part off, huh? I think I got one of the legs. Yeah, I got one leg. I don't know which one. Okay. So just giving a quick look. I must have done all the way to 52, and now I gotta do 56, 59, and 60 all together. Should be easy. I do have some small magnets. Like I've used, like I said here, this is magneted. There's a small magnet on the back of his shield. I gotta buy some more, so either tomorrow I gotta stop at my local game store, or Tuesday I gotta do that. And I have the drill set currently to cut the hole for the magnet, because I also need it for like another model that I was working on. There. Get that guy out. And 59 and 60. I will say, with my current list, I've been moving... I've been looking at a lot more of the stealthy Space Marine models. So, like, the Reavers, and I can't remember the other names. I kind of have some Scout models. Kind of. Not Inceptors. Like... I don't know, they're like the recon, like, Space Marines. They're not the Scout ones, but they can do like a recon type stuff. And I've been looking at those. I really like the look of Reavers, just in general, for the model. So I bought a Lieutenant in Reaver armor. And I want to run him as a Lieutenant with a combi weapon, or as a Lieutenant in Reaver armor. And I kind of want to start with like all my Space Marines at the lowest possible like rank. So like lieutenants, scouts, eliminators, all that stuff. And then as I play like in a crusade, I want to level them up to these different characters or these different models. And maybe at the end of a crusade, I've taken a lieutenant and I've leveled him all the way up to being chapter master. To me, that would be really cool to do thematically. Just lore-wise, story-wise, I love doing stuff like that. But I might just do that with a friend personally. That we just play on a crusade off and on and everything. Okay, is there any mold lines? I don't think so. Excuse me. See you later, F1. Enjoy the rest of your evening and get some rest. I'm probably going to be here for like another half hour, probably. I usually stream about until 10 p.m. Eastern time. But we'll see what happens. I think by tomorrow I'll definitely post a stream schedule. Might even do that later tonight. I keep saying that every once in a while, but I actually mean it now. What else? Wonder if I should paint some of my Space Marine models white. I know I said earlier, like, oh, unintentionally I made a lot of my Space Marines look like Lagiacrus and stuff. And it does have one more variant, which is... I don't remember its name, but it's mostly based off of, like, land. It's a land-based monster. And it's a white body with accents of blue, I believe. I'm trying to think where I would use that. I'm like, would that be with scouts? That's the only one that... Like, my stealth units? Do I make my stealth units white? The, like... Oh, do we mostly work in, like, snowy areas or stuff like that? I don't think that'd be the case. That'd be interesting. That's a paint scheme I'd like to try, is just white on something to see how, like, well I can actually do it. Oh, maybe if I get some of those like Trench Crusade models, I'll paint them as white and stuff. That's not a bad idea. I'll try to do them as white, so then if I make any like mistakes where they're really dirty and grungy, it just adds to it. think the leg is supposed to be able to move. Or I want it to be able to. No, it's not supposed to be able to. Nice. Oh. What did it? Oh, because I need the little peggy part. Okay. It's 48. Did I take it off? It probably did because it was a pain at the time to put together. I think I realized his body's missing. Or this is a different guy. This is a different guy. I wonder where you went to. I don't know. I'll find out. Spending so long looking for it. Can't see it. So I'm going to just glue this together. We'll let that sit. And let me do the feet. $90mm base. Oh, did I put that away? I think I might know where that is. What's up, Fush? Hope you're doing well this evening. Welcome to the stream. I am just working on my backlog of stuff. I am trying to do the tactical war suit from the old Space Wolf box currently. I can see chat, but it looks like it's a little hard to read. I should not tell them making the words bigger. Just gotta make that paper in the back a different color. I gotta actually make a proper scroll-looking paper. Yeah, I've had this box for like a while. Like I have the whole old school Space Wolf box. I think I've only built like 6 models in this entire box, and I started to build it like over a year ago. I can't remember when I started exactly, but I finished up some Hellblasters earlier today, or earlier this stream, and I started just working on this guy. So I think that needs to sit there. Oh, it needs to sit like here. Oh, excuse me. I should find his base real quick, or I'll hold off on doing the entire leg together. I'll do that one because it's already pretty much together. So, which one is 87? Or, I mean 67. There it is. So, but I'm happy to have you join us and all that stuff. It's going to be a lot of streams in the future of just building with some other things here and there. But I want to start a new army, but I should finish the models I have for an army before I start a new one. I can also switch at some point either. Now I think about it. But I really should just get this finished. I need to keep a strong power of will going forward with all this. And sweet. And then I'll just glue that to the front. I want to work on the feet, but I feel like I also shouldn't because I might be able to like place it somewhere and tweak them just a little bit. So I guess no working on that. I'm like changing my mind so much. It feels like on a lot of it. You know what? I might also just call it here for the night because I am also exhausted. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. I'll come at it with some fresh eyes in the future and all that stuff. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Tuesday, I plan on having the next one starting from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually try to go to 8, but all depends on how I feel. If you enjoy the content here, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to be a part of the community and all that stuff, I have a Discord in my channel description. It is completely free to join. But with that all being said, you don't have to do that stuff either. Just having you here, saying hello, hi, how's it going, or just lurking and watching me is more than enough. Just being a part of, just having a little community, a little place I can kind of nerd out at is more than enough for me. So, with that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.